Hey you, and welcome back to Digital Sleepover.
Hi, everyone.
Seriously, thrilled to have you tuning in again. It feels like just a blink since our last late night chat.
It really does.
And tonight, we're diving into another one of those, real conversations.
Mm-hmm.
The kind you have with close friends huddled together,
Yeah,
sharing what actually works in this, well, this wild digital world.
absolutely. And hey, if you've missed any of our previous digital hangouts, maybe you were busy perfecting your virtual pillow fort.
Huh. Yeah.
You really should check them out. Think of it like we've saved your spot in our pajama
A
circle.
virtual bunk bed.
Exactly. And there are some seriously good stories and insights you've missed. Go on, treat yourself.
Okay, so tonight,
Hmm.
we're tackling something I know has probably crossed your mind, especially as you navigate your day-to-day online.
Bet.
That strange feeling, right,
Mm-hmm.
of being surrounded by connection online,
Yeah.
yet still feeling, well, disconnected.
Oh, yeah. Totally get that.
You scroll through the feeds, you see the updates, but that real sense of being seen and understood,
Mm-hmm.
it can still feel elusive.
It's a pretty universal feeling, isn't it? Definitely something we hear a lot about.
Yeah.
Right. So our focus for this deep dive is to equip you with some practical strategies. We're going to build what you can think of as your own personalized digital well-being toolkit.
A toolkit, I like that.
These are simple habits, not some, complicated digital
Ain't no
detox.
huge overhaul needed.
Exactly. They're designed to help you feel more truly connected online and, foster those genuine relationships we all value.
And the best part is, these aren't overwhelming, life-altering changes. We've distilled things down to 5 really straightforward habits.
Super simple.
Yeah, that you can start incorporating right away. Think
Okay.
of them as your go-to moves for feeling, I don't know, more grounded and connected in your digital life.
Precisely. And these habits are the connection check-in,
Okay.
curating your feed for joy,
Mm,
scheduling offline play,
important one.
embarking on a niche community quest, and finally exploring the kindness microdose.
Okay, 5 tools. Let's do it.
We're going to unpack each of these and look at how they can shift your experience.
Let's jump right into the first tool in our kit then, the connection check-in. Now, on the surface, this might seem obvious, right?
A little bit, maybe.
But it's about a conscious shift in how we choose to connect, instead of always defaulting to text.
Which is so easy to do.
So easy. The connection check-in means intentionally opting for brief video or voice calls.
What's interesting to consider here is the richness of communication we gain. Texting is efficient, sure, but it strips away so much.
Tone, expression.
Exactly. The tone in someone's voice, their facial expressions, the spontaneous back and forth of a real-time conversation. Even a short 5 or 10-minute call can foster a significantly deeper sense of connection.
Absolutely. Seeing someone's face or hearing their voice just injects that human element that text just can't replicate, can it?
Not at all.
So how could you make this a habit? It's simpler than you might think. Consider someone you exchange texts with regularly, a friend, a family member.
Mm-hmm.
This week, just once, suggest a quick video chat instead of your usual messages.
And it doesn't need to be a big formal thing, right? Like setting up a Zoom meeting.
No.
It could be while you're both doing something routine like making tea or, during a short break.
Totally.
For conversation starters, keep it casual. Hey, just wanted to actually see your face for a sec, or got a quick minute to hear how things are really going.
Yeah, I like that, how things are really going.
It's about prioritizing those real-time exchanges.
I remember recently I was trying to nail down plans with a friend via text, and it just felt inefficient and a bit detached.
Been there.
Right. Finally, I just suggested a quick video call, and honestly, within 5 minutes, we had everything sorted.
Nice.
And it honestly felt so much better to actually see her and catch up briefly. It was way more fulfilling than the endless text thread.
That illustrates the point perfectly. It's about reintroducing that personal touch into our digital interactions.
Yeah.
Thinking about your own connections, who comes to mind for you, the listener? Consider one person you could connect with via a quick video chat this week instead of just texting.
Even one instance can make a difference.
Definitely.
All right, moving on to the second tool in our toolkit, curating your feed for joy.
Ooh, this is a big one.
It is. This is all about taking a more active role in shaping what you consume when you're scrolling through social media.
What's worth considering here is how often we just passively absorb content on our social feeds. We're constantly exposed to this like barrage of information.
Totally.
And a lot of it can trigger feelings of inadequacy or simply drain our mental energy.
Oh, for sure.
This habit is about becoming more intentional about who and what you're following.
Exactly. We've all been there, right? Scrolling and suddenly feeling that twinge of envy or just generally feeling
Yeah.
after seeing certain posts.
Comparison track.
Totally. Curating for joy means thoughtfully evaluating the accounts you follow. Are there accounts that consistently make you feel worse about yourself or that just inject negativity into your feed?
Yeah, and this raises a key question. Are these digital connections truly serving your well-being? Are they adding value?
Right.
The great thing about social media platforms is the availability of features like mute and unfollow. These are powerful tools.
Don't underestimate the mute button.
Seriously, you don't need to stage some dramatic mass unfollowing.
Well,
But think about muting accounts that feel more like curated performances than genuine sharing, or unfollowing those that regularly leave you feeling drained.
it's about being a little bit selfish, in the best possible way.
Prioritizing you.
Prioritizing content that genuinely inspires you, teaches you something new, or facilitates real interaction. Think about accounts that align with your interests, offer helpful insights, or that you actually engage with in a meaningful way.
I can definitely relate. I used to follow a lot of these like aspirational lifestyle accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And while they were aesthetically pleasing, beautiful pictures,
Yeah.
they ultimately just made me feel like I wasn't measuring up. Once I started unfollowing those and focusing more on accounts related to my actual hobbies and connecting with people I knew, my online experience became significantly more positive, like way better.
It really does shift things, doesn't it? It clears out the noise.
Totally.
So, listener, take a quick peek at one of your feeds right now, even as you're listening. Are there any accounts that immediately come to mind as not exactly sparking joy or peace?
Yeah, be honest with yourself.
Could you tap that mute or unfollow button? It's a small action that can really clear some mental space.
They really care. Okay, tool number 3.
Let's do it.
Our third tool in the toolkit is scheduling offline play.
Offline play. I like the sound of that.
Right. This is where we intentionally set aside specific time in our day or week for activities that are completely separate from our digital devices.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because sometimes the most powerful way to nurture genuine connection is to intentionally step away from the screen.
Counterintuitive, maybe, but true.
Shared real-world experiences and pursuing hobbies together are such vital ways to strengthen bonds.
Absolutely. When we're constantly plugged in, we can miss out on opportunities for, face-to-face interactions and just the richness of engaging with the physical world around us.
Yeah, the non-pixelated world.
Exactly. This habit is about consciously creating space for those offline moments.
So how do we actually implement this? Like, practically?
Okay, start by brainstorming some offline hobbies or activities that you enjoy or maybe have always wanted to try.
Like what? Give us some ideas.
Maybe it's reading a physical book, spending time in nature, playing board games or card games with others in person, cooking, joining a local club or sports team.
Anything not involving a screen, basically.
Pretty much. Then, the key step. Actually schedule this time in your calendar, just like you would any other important commitment. Block it out.
Ooh. Okay. Treat it like an appointment.
That's the crucial step. Treating it as a scheduled appointment increases the likelihood of it actually happening. Think of it as dedicated time for yourself and your well-being, separate from the digital sphere.
I've been making an effort to get back into painting, something I used to love but had let slide for, years. Actually, blocking out 45 minutes a couple of times a week has been a game changer. Seriously.
How so?
Well, not only am I enjoying the creative process again, which is great for me, but I've also connected with a local art group through it,
Oh, cool.
which has led to some really nice in-person interactions based on a shared passion, people I wouldn't have met otherwise.
That's a fantastic example of how offline activities can actually open doors to new real-world connections.
Definitely.
So, listener, what's one offline activity that you used to enjoy or have been curious about? Could you carve out even 30 minutes for it this week?
Just half an hour. Start small.
It's all about finding that healthy balance.
Okay, tool number 4 in our toolkit is what we're calling the niche community quest.
The quest. Sounds adventurous.
It kind of is. We're all familiar with the major social media platforms, right? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Yep, the big ones.
But sometimes the most meaningful connections are found in smaller, more focused online spaces.
What's fascinating here is the potential for deeper connection that arises when individuals gather around a very specific shared interest.
Right, not just general life updates.
Exactly. Instead of the broad, sometimes superficial interactions on larger platforms, niche communities allow for more in-depth engagement and a stronger sense of belonging.
Think about it if you have a really specific passion, like restoring vintage bicycles or learning Klingon.
Okay.
Finding a smaller online group dedicated to that exact interest can be incredibly rewarding. We're talking about things like Discord servers, specialized forums, even smaller subreddits or Facebook groups centered around very particular hobbies.
Exactly. These communities often foster more substantive conversations and a stronger sense of identity. People are there because they genuinely share your passion, your specific thing.
Yeah, they get it.
For actionable steps, start by reflecting on your hobbies and interests. What are you really into? Then use specific keywords to search for online communities related to those. For instance, if you're learning to play the ukulele.
Like you mentioned.
Yeah. Search for Ukulele Beginners Forum or Ukulele Discord group. Be specific.
Good tip. And a quick reminder as you explore these new online spaces, always be mindful of online safety.
Super important.
Be cautious about the personal information you share and, trust your instincts.
Yeah.
Most well-moderated communities have guidelines in place to ensure a positive environment, but still, be smart.
Definitely. I once joined a small online forum dedicated to a very specific genre of science fiction literature that I absolutely love.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was a bit hesitant at first, putting myself out there. But I've since made some really genuine connections with people who share this very particular interest. It's been wonderful to have a space where I can really delve into something I'm passionate about with others who truly understand.
It's like finding your people, your tribe, but online.
Exactly.
So listener, think about your own hobbies or interests. What are you geeky about? Have you ever considered looking for online communities specifically focused on those?
It could be a fantastic avenue for building more meaningful connections. Give it a shot.
Okay, last one. Tool number 5.
Our fifth and final tool in your Digital Wellbeing Toolkit is the Kindness Microdose.
The kindness microdose. I really love this one because it's so accessible and yet so powerful.
It really is. It's about recognizing that even seemingly small gestures of kindness can have a profound effect,
Totally.
both on the person receiving it and, interestingly, on your own sense of connection and well-being.
Yeah, it feels good to be kind.
It does. What's important to emphasize here is the micro aspect. We're not talking about grand, sweeping gestures.
No saving the world required.
No. But rather small, intentional acts of positivity. Online, this could be leaving a thoughtful comment on someone's post, something more than just a thumbs up or a fire emoji.
Put a little thought into it.
Right. It could be sharing a helpful resource you think someone might find useful, or sending a supportive private message. Just reaching out.
And it's not just limited to the online world, right?
Not at all. Think about small, positive in-person interactions too, offering a genuine compliment to someone, holding the door open, or simply offering a smile and making eye contact.
Little things.
These little moments of connection can really brighten someone's day, and yours too.
Absolutely.
I remember a time when I was feeling a bit overwhelmed with work stuff, and someone left a really considerate comment on something I had shared online about it.
Yeah.
It was just a few sentences, nothing major, but it genuinely lifted my spirits and made me feel seen.
Oh, that's lovely.
It was a perfect illustration of a kindness microdose having a significant impact. Similarly, a simple, genuine thank you to someone who helps you, like the barista or the bus driver, can create a small but meaningful connection.
It really does create a positive ripple effect, doesn't it? When you put a little kindness out there, it often finds its way back in some form.
It really does seem to.
So here's a little challenge for you listening. What's one small act of kindness you could intentionally put out there today, either online or in person?
Just one little thing.
It could be as simple as sending a quick message to a friend you haven't connected with in a while, just saying hi.
Perfect. So shall we do a quick recap of the 5 tools?
Yeah, let's pull the toolkit together.
Okay, so to quickly recap the 5 key habits for your digital well-being toolkit. First, the intentional connection check-ins.
Prioritizing brief video or voice calls. Got it.
Second, curating your feed for joy.
Mindfully selecting who and what you follow. Unfollow the downers.
Third, scheduling offline play.
Dedicating specific time for non-digital activities. Book it in.
Fourth, the niche community quest.
Exploring smaller, interest-based online groups. Find your people.
And fifth, the kindness microdose.
Focusing on small acts of positive interaction, online and off. Be nice.
You got it.
These aren't about completely disconnecting from the digital world. That's not the goal here.
No, not realistic for most of us.
It's about cultivating a healthier, more intentional relationship with technology, one that truly fosters genuine connection and hopefully reduces those feelings of isolation.
Exactly. And we really encourage you, our listener, to choose just one of these habits to focus on incorporating into your week.
Just one. Don't try to do all 5 at once.
No, please don't. You don't need to overhaul everything. Small, consistent steps are often the most effective and sustainable. Pick one that resonates.
And hey, we would absolutely love to hear how these tools work for you. Head down to the comments section or wherever you chat about the show and let us know which habit you're planning to try first.
Yeah, share your experiences. We can all learn from each other's experiments in building our own digital well-being.
Definitely.
And maybe leave this thought with you. Consider how intentionally integrating even one of these habits could subtly reshape your daily online experience. Shifting it from that passive consumption, just scrolling, to active connection. And who knows? What other tools might you discover as you become more aware and mindful of your digital well-being?
Something to think about. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight at our Digital Sleepover.
It's always great chatting.
We always look forward to these chats. Until our next conversation, take good care of yourselves both online and off.
Bye, everyone.